crush depth refers to the maximum depth at which a submarine or other underwater vessel can operate safely without sustaining significant damage due to the surrounding water pressure. The term is primarily used in the context of submarines and is the depth beyond which the pressure of the water becomes too great for the hull of the submarine to withstand. The exact crush depth of a submarine depends on various factors, including its design, construction materials, and structural integrity. Different submarines have different crush depths based on their intended use and capabilities. Modern submarines are typically designed to operate at depths of several hundred meters to several thousand meters, although the specific crush depth varies depending on the submarine class and its purpose. It's important to note that exceeding the crush depth of a submarine can lead to catastrophic consequences, such as hull implosion or structural failure, which could result in the loss of the vessel and its crew. Submarines are built to withstand enormous pressure, but going beyond their designed limits can be extremely dangerous. It's also worth mentioning that the crush depth of a submarine is usually classified information, as it relates to the vessel's capabilities and vulnerabilities. Therefore, specific crush depths for different submarines may not be publicly available. High 80, yield strength of 80,000 psi, average operating depth of 1,800 feet. High 100, yield strength of 100,000 psi, average operating depth of 2,250 feet. High 130, yield strength of 130,000 psi, average operating depth of 2,000 feet. Please note that the average operating depth of a submarine is not solely dependent on the yield strength of the steel used in its construction. Other factors such as the design and construction of the submarine, its intended use, and safety factors are also considered when determining how deep a submarine can dive. The USS Seawolf, SSN-21, is a nuclear-powered fast attack submarine and the lead ship of her class. It is the fourth submarine of the United States Navy named for the Seawolf, a solitary fish with strong, prominent teeth that give it a savage look. The contract to build the Seawolf was awarded to the Electric Boat Division of General Dynamics on January 9, 1989, and her keel was laid down on October 25, 1989. She was launched on June 24, 1995, and commissioned on July 19, 1997. The 7-year 9-month time period from keel laying to commissioning is the longest for a submarine in the U.S. Navy. On July 22, 2007, Seawolf transferred from her previous home port of Naval Submarine Base New London in Groton, Connecticut, to Naval Base Kitsap, Washington. She has been deployed to the Arctic region for 6 months in 2015 and again in July 2020, conducting special operations and pulling into multiple European ports during the latter deployment. The USS Thresher, SSN 593, was the lead boat of her class of nuclear-powered attack submarines in the United States Navy. It was created to find and destroy Soviet submarines and was considered to be the fastest and quietest submarine of its time, with the most advanced weapons system. The design was so innovative that the Navy had asked for and received authority to build 14 of these ships, as well as an additional 11 submarines with very much the same characteristics. The contract to build the Thresher was awarded to Portsmouth Naval Shipyard on January 15, 1958, and her keel was laid on May 28, 1958. The submarine was launched on July 9, 1960 and was commissioned on August 3, 1961. Thresher conducted lengthy sea trials in the Western Atlantic and Caribbean Sea areas in 1961 to 1962, testing its many new and complex technological features and weapons. However, on April 10, 1963, Thresher sank during deep diving tests about 220 mi east of Cape Cod, Massachusetts, killing all 129 crew and shipyard personnel aboard. It is the second deadliest submarine incident on record. Her loss led to the implementation of a rigorous submarine safety program known as SubSafe 1. The submarine had been to her test depth about 40 times before she entered the yard in late 1962. As Thresher neared her test depth during the tests, garbled communications were received indicating minor difficulties and attempts to surface, but then the communications ceased and Thresher was declared missing. An extensive search operation was conducted and the shattered remains of Thresher's hull were found on the sea floor, about 8,400 feet, 2,600 m, below the surface, in 5 major sections. Major sections of Thresher, including the sail, sonar dome, bow section, engineering spaces section, operations spaces section, and the stern planes were found. The USS North Dakota is a Virginia-class nuclear-powered fast-attack submarine of the United States Navy. This is a class of submarines designed for a wide range of open ocean and littoral, near-shore, missions. The North Dakota, SSN 784, was commissioned in 2014. Virginia-class submarines are among the most advanced in the world, incorporating a number of cost-reducing and efficiency-enhancing features. They were designed for a broad spectrum of open ocean and littoral missions, including anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface ship warfare, strike warfare, special operation forces support, intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance, irregular warfare, and mine warfare.